Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon. Piotr here, Land of Trading, Educational Live Trading Room. Again, that's our second meeting this week. Before we start, let's check quick risk warning. Trading effects on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or of your initial investment. So please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay, that's our educational live trading room, guys. Just a first reminder, that's the test version of our free educational live trading room for the whole August. Maybe not every day, of course, but we are gonna to prepare for you those test versions. So in case you are interested in, please subscribe. That's quite important. The number of the subscription is quite important for us, because if there are gonna be I would say interest from your side, right, means that we are gonna to gain some subscriptions, then we know that what we are trying to do is a word for you, right? So then please subscribe. Within the description box below, you've got few links. You've got the link to the previous video about what different colors means, because it's not a rainbow on my charts. Every color means something, and there is a link to the video with the explanation what it's all about. Also, there are two links below within the description box related to the risk, what I'm talking about. So for you, just to get the information, get the full explanation what it's all about. Okay. Anyway, time to start. We are approaching end of the week. We are approaching end of the month. Especially yesterday, if someone's if someone's looking for a settlement at the end of the month, so yesterday, based on the spot market T+2, right, to get the settlement on Monday. So there was a possibility to make some trades yesterday. So if someone was looking to settle any trades, was forced to do that yesterday. Okay. Today, end of the week, and we are gonna to go through few weekly charts. Next week we are gonna, because of the new month, we are gonna to go through a few monthly charts. We are gonna to focus on the medium and long-term perspective. And today, because of the end of the week, the big guys at the end of the day, especially around US close, there is a huge possibility for manipulation. Just trying to get the close they are looking for. They need, right? So it's easy to get and be trapped around or after European close. Top stories, definitely Swiss franc weakness, definitely dollar rebound, and definitely the price action on Nasdaq. So in my opinion, the patience today that's gonna be something important, right? So I wouldn't be to try to be ahead of the market, trying to front run. No way. Most probably I'm gonna to wait for CAD and US GDP, and maybe some aggressive day trading on USD CAD, on dollar yen. The rest we are gonna to discuss within a few minutes. Also, I'm strongly encourage you to follow us on Twitter, because, for example, yesterday, based on the intraday price action, we called the top, and we also on Twitter we sent out that we took short, we took partial profit already, as well as long Euro Aussie. So also subscribe us here and follow us on Twitter. Okay. Anyway, time to start. So before we go through currency crosses, I would say we should start with gold. Why not? All right. From the weekly perspective, guys, we are testing possible supply based on this falling trend line on the weekly chart. All right. As you are going to see within the second on the daily chart, there was strong indecision yesterday. So from the bears perspective, all we have to do, we have to keep the prices below the trend line. From the bulls perspective, huge effort is needed to try to push the prices higher and try to close above the falling trend line. Then next week, let's say close like this, and the next week retest, trying to hold and push higher, right? From the bears perspective, trying to hold the prices below the trend line, maybe this week trying to close as a doji or maybe below weekly open on gold. A little bit different from the daily perspective. So we know right now, based on what been said in relation to the weekly chart, on the daily chart, we know why we had strong indecision yesterday, right? So bears are trying to keep the market under control based on this falling trend line on the weekly chart, but on the daily chart, bulls made huge progress this week, especially after FOMC. What does it mean? Here on a daily, the green line, rising trend line, right? We fall below, we are able to push and close back above this trend line. During the FOMC, we retest the trend line with this strong rejection and close well above the rising trend line. All right. So in that case, because of this price action here, because of this, we can call it false break of this rising trend line, green one. Just the reminder, the green one. So in that case, as long as bulls are able to hold above this trend line, there is a possibility that we are gonna to see higher prices, and there is a possibility that at least, if not close above, then we will try to look for some stops around 1300. Okay. On the other hand, the bears, what they need to do, they need to try to push lower. In the best case scenario, they need to push and close below 1240, 1235. So how does it look from the intraday perspective? As of now, as you can see, after this consolidation, we will double it. Now it's again the same size. Let me clean this mess a bit. And from the intraday perspective, right now we are trying to hold the intraday breakout level. All right, we are trying to hold above 1255. Okay, so in that case, from the bullish perspective, we need to break European high to have a possibility to see the higher prices, as long as we are above Asian low. On the other hand, from the bears perspective, what we may try to do, there is a possibility we may try to build head and shoulders on an intraday chart, but now we need to try to take out 1245 low here, right? So we need to clean up this demand, intraday demand. If that's gonna happen, because of this price action here around 1258, move back toward this level, that could be the right shoulder, and that could be the bearish scenario, right? For now, intraday, bulls are trying to keep control. Okay. As I mentioned, I'm not gonna go into the details today for the day trading action, simply because end of the week, end of the month, I don't wanna be trapped. I'm gonna to watch the price action during the news announcement on dollar CAD and the dollar yen. All right, so that was the gold. Let's have a look what we have on Nasdaq. And let's clean a bit the chart. Sorry. Oh, wow. All right. What we have on the we have to start with a weekly chart, and what we have here. Last week we closed above the previous high, the breakout. We were trying to continue during the course of the week. But yesterday is gonna be better visible on the daily and intraday chart. But yesterday there was a strong profit taking and very negative close actually. So today, from the weekly chart perspective, what is all about? Based on this chart, based on this scale, it's 5878. That's all about for bulls. If bulls are gonna be able to close above this line, means they are gonna to hold based on the closing price. They are gonna be able to hold the previous high, okay, and that's gonna be very positive. In case we are gonna to close below or even lower than the last week open, that could be strong weekly outside strong outside week, let's say that way. Okay, so really both sides get their interest, so they should be able to fight for it. Okay, so that should be interesting. Let's have a look from a daily perspective. All right, what happened? We were trying to break and close yesterday below this previous swing high here. Going towards the end of the day yesterday, bulls were able to build lower wick, lower shadow, and close still above 5886, more or less. We took out those stops here, okay, and today pre-market price action showing weakness continue. The first intraday possible support, possible demand around 5,800. Okay, so let's check intraday chart and let's have a look where we found the support based on this intraday possible demand zone. So that shouldn't be surprise. All right, so it's tested, most probably consumed already. So what we are trying to do in case of the rebound, I would suggest to watch 594, 5950 and this possible intraday supply at the top around 5980. All right, on the other hand, we may try to look for some stops, and as I mentioned, we may try to retest the green box, means possible demand based on a on a daily chart. Okay, so eventually from the intraday bears perspective, possibility of supply here or here, right? And the bulls may wanna try to hold 58.10, 58.00. Okay, so that's how I see possible action on Nasdaq today. Okay, so let's have a look and check currency pairs. But before we start with the particular euro dollar, dollar yen, let's have a look on dollar index and dollar basket. Okay, just 1 second. And there we go. And we have to start with weekly chart. There is a possible demand, possible support based on the weekly chart. So we shouldn't be surprised that there was some kind of the action yesterday from the bulls perspective, right? They're trying to hold this level, and most probably, based on what we can see right now, the goal for bulls is to try to close the week as a doji candle, right? To make it as an indecision means that there is a support, there is a demand around the 93, right? Looks like it's all about the data later today, and in my opinion, any attempt to go lower in case of better or neutral data, I would fade the attempt to break lower on an intraday perspective based on yesterday low, right? Also, it's possible that if we are gonna to try to retest this week high, that might be some kind of the rejection towards the end of the day, just to finish the week, as I mentioned, within the doji, with the doji candle. A little bit different based on a daily chart. There was a strong close yesterday, and based on this daily charts, that's why I suggest that attempt to try to break lower around 93. That's something I would look for to fade this if it's not gonna be too late, right? If it's going to happen before the Europe close, another attempt to break lower, and then I might be tempted to go long dollar, right? Okay, so let's have a look what we have on the particular crosses. And let's start with weekly euro dollar. We were trying to break above, actually we broke 17.12, 17.15, right? But for now we are below this level, and that's gonna be very, very interesting how they wanna to close the week. Why? Because if we are gonna be able to close in a strong fashion above 17.15, right, and especially we get very good flash CPI from Germany, all right, so if we are gonna be able to close in a strong fashion above, then the way is open towards 22.25, right? This possible weekly supply, all right? On the other hand, if we are going to see dollar rebound continue and we are going to close below 17 15, 17, 10, then either we are gonna to be trapped between 16, 15, 17, 15, or if we are gonna be able to break 16, 15, right? So based on this 100 pips, 150 pips. Yeah, based on this week 150 pips move, then I would expect, if we are going to break 16, 15, I would expect 150 pips move to the downside to retest this possible demand around 1480. Okay? The worst case scenario for us is that for the next few days we are going to be trapped within 100 pips range in between 16, 15, 16, 20, 17, 15. All right, somewhere here. On a daily chart, strong rejection yesterday, retest daily demand, trying to rebound, but as you are going to see in a second within the intraday chart, we are retesting strong intraday possible supply. As I mentioned, based on the weekly, based on the daily, the worst case scenario, if we are going to be trapped in between 17, 15, 16, 15. All right, so let's have a look how it looks on a daily, on an intraday basis. So that's the level I mentioned, and that's where we see the supply activity as well, right now. Even we get better German and Spanish numbers, right? So supply is visible here. So I would be very careful. There is a possibility that we are gonna to see few other crosses, which might be more interesting from the trading perspective than euro dollar. Okay, and one of this could be Aussie USD, because here during the course of the week we tested strong supply within 80, 10, 80, 60, as we can see here on the weekly chart. For now, of course, still few hours left till the end of the week, till the weekly close. All right. But for now, this long upper shadow doesn't look good from the bulls perspective. Bears will try to hold this long shadow, and also will try to hold below last week high. Okay. On a daily chart, as we see here, 79.70, that could be the key. We are trying to push prices a little bit higher during the day, but looks like for now bears are in control. So let's have a look how it looks from the intraday perspective. We are trying to break from this consolidation. All right. For the whole day, whole US session yesterday, we saw price fall to close below 79.68, and because of the previous price action here 4 times we were trying to break this 79.68. Finally we went through, immediately get back lower. So based on this price action, and also I put the note on Twitter as well that I'm looking to sell on the move back towards 80, right? It might be in case of the if US data will not disappoint, then I may lower the sell limit towards 79 65.70. All right, and I do expect lower levels to come. The situation will change on the weekly close back above 80.10. Also, if we are talking about the Australian dollar, also we as a land of trading, we sent out yesterday intraday note about the long euro Aussie. Also today we confirmed partial profit taking. Let's start with weekly chart here, and it really looks good. The last week price action with this strong lower shadow. Today we are trying, still few hours left, but we are trying to build another lower shadow. Okay, looks like it's all about, from the bulls perspective, looks like it's all about last week high. If we are gonna be able to close this week above last week high, which is 47.75, so if we are gonna be able to push and close around 48, then next week is gonna be very interesting from the weekly perspective, because we are gonna to have a chance to push higher towards the weekly trend line towards 49.50. Okay, how does it look on a daily basis? We respect this lowest possible demand based on this price action here. All right, right now we are trying to respect another level. All right, and I would expect the first possible supply around previous week high towards 47.75, 48. Looks like that's what bulls will try to achieve today. We'll see. On the intraday perspective, at some point I've been thinking about inverted head and shoulders, but still we need to go through 47.75, 47.80. In that case, if that's gonna happen, then the highs around 53, 54 could be in play. But it's gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight, most probably. Never say never. But anyway, that's what I'm looking for on Euro Aussie. Because we are awaiting the Canadian data later today, it's worth to check what's going on here. And on a weekly chart, for now, bulls are fighting to trying to move back and hold above 12.25. I'm talking about this previous swing. So if we are gonna be able to close above, for example, with combination of weak Canadian, strong US data, so we may see stronger close, and we may see market may try to push higher towards 26.30, 26.80, right? And really, if that's gonna, this low here is gonna to, we are gonna to hold on a weekly basis, that could be treated as a stop hunting, and we may see much higher levels in the coming weeks. How it looks? How does it look from the intraday perspective? Strong price action yesterday compared to the previous day. I would expect, I'm not sure if we are going to get it within the next hour, but retest of 25, still 35 pips, but retest of 25 with weak Canadian data, and we may see the test of this daily top of this daily channel, right, on a daily chart here. So let's have a look what we have around 25, and let's clear a bit this. Yeah, what we have on the intraday basis, this breakout here, right? So on an intraday basis, we've got like 25, 24.75 as a possible intraday demand. We have one level higher here, but I'm not interested in that level as we tested this zone twice already. So what I would like to see is we are taking out, we are retesting 25, maybe a little bit below, and we are bouncing higher, maybe just to take the stops above 25, 60, 70, just to retest the stop of the channel, right? So within this area, 25, 24, 75, I might be interested later today after US data to look for longs. Otherwise, if we are gonna to go straight towards top of the channel, depends on what we are gonna to get from out of the Canada and US. I may look for intraday shorts at the top of the channel. For now, some kind of the consolidation. Let's see what's going to happen here. Pound. Let's start with weekly. Strong, wide supply zone. We the bottom 31.10. We are trying to break above, but looks like towards end of the week, bears will try to close below that level, creating the upper shadow. That might be hidden supply, and next week we may see sell off towards 2770, right? But to see that, we need to close below 31.10. Any kind of the bullish price action into the end of the week and weekly close above 31.10, and next week we may see action towards 33, 33.50. Okay, how does it look on a daily chart? That's similar like what we have on euro dollar. Rally above 31.10, strong rejection, and close yesterday below 31.10. We are trying to keep 30.40 alive, trying to bounce. So it's all about 31.10 again today. Looks like it's all about US GDP within the next hour. From the intraday perspective, I've been thinking that we are gonna to see the break of this intraday demand. That would activate the supply higher on an intraday basis. Unfortunately, we are keep this demand alive. So still, yeah, the bears have to try to hold 31.10, 31.50, and have to try to close the week below 31.10. Would be good from their perspective to see the break of 30.30. If you have a problem to decide whatever you are gonna to trade euro dollar or pound dollar, it would be wise and smart to check what's going on euro pound. And here, if we are gonna to start with weekly, last week strong rally towards the weekly supply. We are trying at some point to react. We are trying to move or push prices a little bit lower, but still the size of this week here works as support. So with this combination, looks like euro is stronger than pound, at least for now. At the very moment we are talking about euro pound, at this very moment, yeah, in case of decision long euro dollar or pound dollar, yeah, I would go long Euro USD, and eventually if you are looking to go long dollar and you don't know what to choose, pound or euro, then based on this euro pound chart, pound USD looks like a better choice for now, right? Wednesday and Thursday we are trying to, as I mentioned, we are trying to push lower, two lower shadows. From the bulls perspective, would be good to push the prices higher above 89.70 towards 90 and try to close week in a strong fashion. As long as on a daily basis we have a close above this swing high, bulls on that cross are safe, I would say. Intraday also looks strong from the bulls perspective. Why? We are looking at some point, we are looking for a one-to-one move, and yesterday we were very close, but bulls stepped in much earlier and pushed the prices higher. So even intraday chart suggests euro is stronger. Right now we are fighting around 89.57. So here from the intraday perspective is like 50-50, right? Especially that half an hour ago we failed. There was an attempt to break higher. The bulls at the first attempt failed here. So let's see how it's gonna what's gonna to happen here. And finally, as we are approaching end of our meeting today, dollar yen, and looks like it's all about data today and what's going to happen. Still, based on the weekly chart, we are above the falling trend line, or in other words, above, if we are gonna to treat it as a channel, above falling channel. So bulls need to close above 70, 80 at least, right, to keep possibility to see the higher prices alive. Otherwise, if we are gonna to close around weekly open or lower, then bulls might be trapped, and next week or within the course in August we may see attempt to break back into the channel, and that would suggest another failure at the top of the channel. We had the first one here, so if we are gonna to fail here, that might suggest we are gonna to retest in a long term even 105 or lower, right? So there is a strong case for bulls here. How does it look from the daily chart perspective? Mixing this week. As we fall below 1170, we were trying to get back above 1170.80. Again, after the Fed below, we are trying to rebuild. Yesterday we failed. So today, if US yields, if US data will support, then the key level is yesterday high, and if we are gonna be able to close above yesterday high, that could be very positive sign. And next week we may see bulls will try to attack again 1280, 1300. All right. On the other hand, if we are gonna to fail to get back above 70, we may see bears taking the control in the market, breaking those lows, those shadows, and going lower towards 110, 108, the wide possible demand zone based on a daily chart. Intraday, looks like as long as we are trying to hold the zone here within the 110.80, 110.60, we may see another attempt to go higher. First, we have to take out 1170, 1180, as we discussed also based on a daily chart, and then also we have to take out 1210, 1225 in the next move. Would be great to see the rally today to confirm strong weekly close, strong daily close. Then intraday price action from the bulls perspective would be easier. On the other hand, bears are waiting for a data, and in case they are going to be able to break and close below, the next is 110, as discussed a second ago based on a daily chart. Okay, as I mentioned at the very beginning, guys, that's our test version of free educational live trading room. We are going to make these test drives through the whole August. So I strongly encourage you to subscribe, also to follow us on Twitter to get the latest information. And I strongly believe that at the very beginning of September, we are going to be ready with full template, with having everything in place. And we are going to be ready to fully focus only on the charts, because right now, why we are doing the test drive, as really from my perspective also, it's my very beginning with streaming on YouTube. Looks like it's easy, but I have to focus on both, on the software stuff, technical stuff, and on the charts. So through the whole August, we are going to make, every week we are going to make few meetings, right? As a test drive, we are going to discuss charts. Hopefully, we are going to start to show you also day trading ideas. So please stay with us. Please subscribe to get the notification when we are going to be live next time. So that's it from my side today. Thank you very much for your time. Don't be trapped. Remember, end of the week, end of the month is coming. Be careful, especially at the end of the European session today. Be very, very, very careful. As I mentioned, I'm waiting for Canadian and US data. My interest today from day trading perspective for now is dollar yen, dollar CAD. That's what I'm gonna to focus on. That's it from me. My name is Piotr. That was the educational live trading room from Land of Trading. Thank you very much. Take care. See you next time.